It's 5:30, time to call our meeting to order for Monday, August 27th. Roll call, please, Carl.
Councilmember Remley.
Here.
Ronayne.
Here.
Lunsman. Slate Hansen.
Here.
Johnson. Bunceness.
Here.
Olson.
Here.
Rux.
Here.
Mayor Leibson.
Here, join us in Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we need a motion to approve last week's minutes.
So moved. Second.
Motion, Ruck, second by Bunceness. If there are no changes, all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The minutes are approved. We have one sign up for open forum. James M. Roll, you have the floor. Right there. Yep, please.
Do I need to do anything with that?
So the green light comes on.
Green light's
Okay,
on.
all right.
Good evening. Know most of you guys. Jim Roll is my name. Been in Aberdeen most of my life, my family. Robert Roll's been in your guys's as well as Carl, which was the past mayor. Anyway, I come to you guys in the thought process. I've been watching our thought process on our water source. Good thought on everybody's part. Our source of water has been at best great sometimes and not so good otherwise. And our source meaning is the Elm and our backups. And I see we put to work $500,000 towards trying to find different water sources. And obviously on my part, I go way, way back, being in the soft drink industry most of my life. In my business, it's either to the point or you dump it, meaning you pour it out and you get rid of the whole thing. Obviously, we did that for quite a while. Obviously, we had to install our own filtration and basically create our own water because it was never up to specs for the different companies we were bottling for. And they were all blue ribbon, all companies you guys would all recognize without saying any names. Anyway, going forward, I missed the boat. My mom told me to get in the water business. Us boys knew better, and we didn't. Anyway, make a long story short, she was right. I was wrong. I was giving somebody a shout out there. She's not here. But I guess I don't know. I know a little of our history. I've only stuck my head in so far. But in our history of looking at aquifers, drilling, all the above, costs real money. Obviously, as an engineer, you're aware of that. All the above. And I guess from my standpoint is, in our particular area, I'd call those great backup plans, but I couldn't call them a primary source. I have a few wells. I have one of the largest aquifers, lucky enough to be up north of Columbia. But again, it's a backup plan. It's not its source. It's not a source that you could, it'd probably dry up and all the above. But it's one of the largest ones. Where I'm going with this is our past relationship. And I want you guys to know I have nothing to do with Webb Water other than the enjoying of drinking it. Period. Just met the lady the other day. Talked to her on the phone. Nice young lady, the CEO. Doing very well. We all think that, hey, they must be tapped. They must be all the above, out of water. They are not. They're going from 12-inch pipes to 24-inch pipes. And all the digging and everything that's been going on is they're updating. They're putting a very large new tower up in Roscoe to make sure they get more pressure. Pressure has been their biggest deal. So they're doubling or tripling that. Things are wonderful. Kudos to those guys. But as a citizen of Aberdeen, I'm like, guys, it is so obvious if we could somehow tap something at least have the brains this time. We passed last time. We may have, whatever we did, for whatever reason, it's a new day. Water is a real source, and it's a precious source. And we all need to figure that out, that we have some of the best water in our own backyard. Now, Mike and the whole gang that did the wastewater plant, it is a magnificent spot. It is wonderful. Nothing wrong with it. But we do have problems from the from our wastewater plant or treatment to our end users. What I'm going to use is the actual deal that happened. You guys fixed 15th Avenue. And it was going by. My sewer collapsed, my line collapsed. Hey, so sorry. Hey, me too. No big deal. Fixed it. No other problem. Anyway, I kept complaining because my water tasted so bad. And it still does to this day. Well, we fixed it. We did it all. But unfortunately, when I went to go ahead, I saw some of the parts we needed, and I ran to DSG and bought them. Well, you guys put in blue pipe. Well, by code, it's green pipe. You guys did value engineering. It's not up to code, but you guys get to pick and choose. All right, moving on. I replaced all my pipes in all my house, everything. Put in filters, did everything. I still have a problem drinking our water. So I keep asking, Jim, we need to update our pipes. Okay, I get it. But I'm just saying is, we have to do that regardless. But I'm saying is, with our source of water coming in, it has its challenges. We're covered by agriculture all the way down. We know what's going on in the river. It comes out of the Rockies and comes down, and we're throwing as much water down the stream that we can. Webb obviously is not using, as I hear, 12-15% of their allotment. They can grow 85 or whatever more percent to the volume. I'm saying, as Aberdonians, this is something that's precious to all of us, the water. We're fools if we do not look at it. I am getting calls from clients from our blue chip accounts in Aberdeen. They need to move out of Aberdeen to get the better water because we are not up to the standards. I can't tell you those clients, but trust me, they're there. I got nothing to win here, left or right. I build buildings now. I play in the dirt. I enjoy myself. Hey, it is what it is. But I'm also telling you nicely is, whatever the history is, let's put it behind us, dust ourselves off. They don't need us at all, Webb, at all. Things are good. I'm saying as Aberdonians, we could use them if we used our head. We need to be good negotiators. It's all about making a business deal. But again, we need to do something obviously with our pipes. From there to here and all over. And I'm saying nicely is that, if there's any indication that, hey, do as I do, not as I say, I've been in that spot. I'm not bringing up any names going on, but listen, that's what happens. And if you want, I can dig it up to do that. I'd be more than happy to show you. That's what I'm saying very nicely. But I'm saying is, they're getting their water anyway. They got everything. They're tripling their volume for the betterment of all of us. And when telling me, hey, Jim, we need this for this, we need that. These are our own big accounts in Aberdeen that need better quality water to do what they need to do. End of story. I wish you guys all the best. I want you guys all to succeed. As you guys succeed here, we all succeed. Now, you guys put your head in on the beautification, all that stuff, making it stick. You're holding to it. You're doing it. Let's do the same to water. It's the same attitude. It's not that we want to replace anybody. We do not want to do anything bad. But we're fools if we walk away from that kind of water source, trying to find another one out there and dig one. And the dig is only as good as the dig. All of us, well, not all of us have been in bad deals, and oil doesn't always come out of the ground. I'm saying is it's real expensive. Yes.
Go ahead, Mark.
I invited Jim to come here tonight. We had a conversation last week sometime about how he felt our water situation was. And I thought, well, maybe you need to say something to the council. So I invited him here. I explained what I knew about our water situation, which I think is right. I mean, from time to time we do have problems with smell and taste with our water. And I've always been told that it's because of our delivery system, because of our pipes and things that are old and archaic, and it picks up odors and flavors in our system. And I said, well, just come on and state your case, and we'll maybe have a discussion about it, and we'll see. So.
Okay. Unfortunately, you come at a night when Robin isn't here.
Yeah, and I'd be glad to come back anytime or meet with you guys. But I am saying that is my whole background, is taking care of good water and try and get it to us. And
What?
Rob, on the bottled water that me and you were visiting about, it is that single thing that all of us buying bottled water for all our refrigerators, we sell more bottled water than most places even dream about. And that's, that's good and bad. We're drinking good water, but the government's going to have to do something about plastic bottles. And Pepsi finally nodded this past week and bought SodaStream. And what that clear picture is that they too know that the government may come in and eliminate plastic bottles because they're showing up and filling up all our trash areas. And with that, they're going to be able to go ahead and these little machines that cost $40, $50 and put the syrup in there and you make your own soda. That's going to be Fortune 500's antidote as of last week. And they bought it for billions of dollars.
I would
So-
suggest, Jim, that maybe your next stop would be to talk to Robin to see where we are with things and to.
But you guys like the fire, though.
Discuss.
You're the
well,
leaders,
no,
though,
we don't.
Mike.
No, we don't. Our city management brings things to us at our suggestion sometimes, but the way it's supposed to work is that they are managing.
You surround yourself with good people. I get that.
And so that would be something where Robin and other people.
But you guys are all the visionaries.
If
we
I may,
all elected you
Jim,
guys.
Jim, if I may finish,
Yes, sir.
that would be something where Robin and Lynn and people in city management would have to look at the situation and come to us with either some kind of a proposal or a discussion item.
Mike,
appreciate
me and
coming.
you had a conversation, and I told you when the farming was great, things are all wonderful, and you couldn't spend enough money. And I said, what are you going to do when it changes? Jim, you don't know what you're talking about. That's the part I got, loud and clear.
Well,
Things aren't so good anymore out there, if you haven't noticed.
I'm sorry if I gave you. I obviously
No,
don't
I
believe
take
you don't know
things-
what you're talking about. But
Everybody
yeah.
puts pressure on me on the same deal. Jim, why'd you do that? Hey, I'm only trying to
So-
do a deal. So me and you did have that conversation, whether you liked it or not.
Well, I didn't mean to give you that impression. So
Well,
sorry if I
I'm
did.
sorry too.
So-
But I'm one of those guys that I stick to my principles, and I'm going, you are our visionaries. And
But you
that's
ra-
who I'm
but you-
all looking at.
But you raise a good issue, and
That's all I'm
we-
asking.
In
Please just have enough sense to look. That's all I can ask. And I would really appreciate all you guys giving it at least a shot. If it costs us money, it's going to cost us money anyway in the engineering field of trying to find a better source. So at least take a look. I got nothing vested either way. I just hope we all win. That's what I hope, Mike.
Yeah.
You've been a good leader. So be the good leader that you are and hold the flag, baby.
Well, we really rely on Robin
I know you
to
do.
advise, and although it may not show up, obviously, Robin is thinking about these things all the time too.
Okay.
And,
I
you
have
know,
to make a quick comment to Jim so he understands. We have not excluded them as potential.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did or not.
I
But
just
the
wanted
way
you to
it was
understand
written
that
in the
we
American
have not
News,
excluded
right?
them as a potential source.
Yeah.
As it stands now, they don't have sufficient water to
To
be
this
a
day,
primary
no.
source for us.
But if
They
we
could be a
started
secondary
planning,
source
yes.
for us,
Yes.
as of now.
The little conversation I had, if we asked today, you're exactly right, Lynn. No is the answer. You're not going to like it, Jim. And I said, how about for the future? Because that's what you're doing. And she goes, yeah, but we're not going to do anything unless Aberdeen changes their attitude and comes to us with an open mind as well. And as I said, I do business. Who would ever thought I'd be building buildings for my competitor, which I do. And I'm glad to do because I'm happy to do business with them.
I appreciate you raising the issue. I think the presumption that we don't have an open mind on this is incorrect.
Okay,
That
I'm just asking.
and
I've never been a part of it because
Yeah.
I've never stuck my head far enough.
that was my suggestion. I think that it would be enjoyable for you and enlightening to sit down and talk to Robin as to what the dynamics of this has been.
Those
over
guys
the years.
don't really always like talking to me. I'm pretty brutally honest.
Robin's
And,
really good. Robin's really
Robin's
good
a good guy.
at
I get
explaining
that.
what's going on. I think it would advance your position in this just to know what Robin knows.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'll get a hold of him. But again, you guys are all the torch holders.
All right.
I look for, because each one of you got elected by your own districts. So you guys all represent your guys, and Rob's my boy.
Wrong district.
Oh, wrong district? You
Yeah,
were in
this-
my district.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Okay, sorry,
Jennifer's your
Jennifer.
girl.
You're my girl. All right. Thank
All right,
you,
Jim,
gentlemen.
thanks.
I'm out. Thanks.
Yep. Next item on the agenda is old business, and it's ordinance 180801, and it is presented for final adoption tonight, and I am led to understand that there is some incentive to postpone this tonight with a couple of people missing.
I moved to postpone for 2 weeks.
Second.
Motion Ronayne, second by Bunsness to postpone for 2 weeks. That's acceptable to everyone? Questions, comments on that? If there are no objections, then all those in favor of that postponement say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 5 is the consent calendar, items A through D. Need a motion to approve those?
Moved. Second.
Motion Bunsness, second by Olson. Questions on any? All in favor of approving those then say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Under new business, this is the appointed time for hearing on the Chamber of Commerce special liquor licenses for September 13, October 11, and November the 8th, and we need a motion to approve those.
Move.
Second.
Motion Remley, second by Ronayne. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. The next, this is the appointed time for a hearing on a special one-day license for the Downtown Association for their event on October the 6th.
Move.
Second.
Motion Remley, second by Ronayne. Questions on this? All in favor of approving, then say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. And C is application for the Fallout Creative Community Event, September the 7th on 2nd Avenue.
Moved. Second.
Motion Olson, second by Rux. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Bills presented for payment, July occupancy tax, $33,668. Bid disbursement, $182. Wegner Auto, payment for a Dodge Ram pickup, Street Department, $29,805. Jefferson Partners, July, $1,604. Harms Oil Company, gas and diesel fuel for Rideline, $25,289. Refund of Rideline tickets, $344 to Ted Dickey. NVC monthly fax line charge, $29. UPS charge is $90. ETS Corporation merchant's fee for the finance office, $1,250. Merchant services for Dakota Bank for Parks and Rec, $5,000. Plug and Pay merchant services for Park and Rec, $1,000. And Infotech merchant services, $1,000. Sanford Health medical services for HR 1417, J&K Mowing Abatements $500, South Dakota One Call Locates $392, rental equipment to JGE Rental, towable boom rental for the water treatment plant $1,200, and Wellmark insurance payment $134,000.
Moved.
Motion Bunsen, second by Olson. Questions on any of those bills? Carl?
Councilmember Remley.
Aye.
Ronayne.
Aye.
Slate Hansen.
Aye.
Bunceness.
Aye.
Olson.
Aye.
Rux.
Aye.
Mayor Leeson.
Aye. Motion carries. And that leads us to Lynn's report.
Okay, thank you. I have one quick item here. Per request of the city council, I provided you governing body salaries for the 10 largest cities of South Dakota as of August 2018. And we actually called and talked to the various different representatives of the city, and so this is very current. And then we put footnotes as to whether or not those increases were automatic or what kind of procedure process that they went through for increases for the 10 largest cities. And so if you got any questions about this survey, please give me a call. I put it in two different formats. I put it more in what I would call reading format, and then I also put it in Excel format where you can look at the numbers.
Nicely done. Thank you.
So what are the thoughts then on where we go from here?
You know, I guess I'm the one who brought this up, so everybody's looking at me. You know, I do think we need to adjust salaries for incoming council members and an incoming mayor. And what I would suggest is that we draft an ordinance that bumps them up as of the next time we have vacancies filled, and then automatically adjust them at the same rate that our city employees have their raises increased, so that this doesn't have to be only changed every 15 years or however long it's been since it was adjusted last. And I think I do notice in some of the materials that the city manager put together, other communities do have these automatic increases in their ordinances at the same rate as their other city employees, and that's probably a fair way to do it. It's a little more complicated with us in that our city charter precludes any changes in salary during a term, so all of those would have to be calculated separately. But I think that type of ordinance would fairly encourage new city councilors, and I think a lot of us are planning not to be here again, or at least that's what I'm hearing. So I'd like something in place so that we can encourage and properly reward other folks that decide to serve.
Tell you what do you want you to do?
I understand the ordinance amendment, but I don't know what dollar amounts that you're looking at, and you have a lot of different salary amounts here, and so I would need recommendations from the governing body as to what they would be recommending for the mayor, what they would be recommending for the city councilor salaries, and I'm certain that Ron then from that point could work for an ordinance that would meet the appropriate charter provisions.
Yeah, and I don't know, I personally haven't come to a conclusion as to what the bump ought to be, but maybe people can chat informally, and maybe we can.
Basically, what we need is a starting point, and then it might be good enough for you to work with Ron and Lynn, since just to establish some starting point, and then the council can fiddle with it after you do that.
I think it'd be perfect.
Okay.
All right with everybody? Okay.
That's all I have.
All right. Anything from anybody else?
I move to go home.
Second.
Motion Roney, second by Remley to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.